This is the 2024 Division I Football Championship. We welcome you to a very enthused, energetic Macon, Georgia, the home of the Mercer Bears, 7th seeded in this playoff run as they'll tangle with the 10th seed, the Rhode Island Reign. A moment ago, but before that, time to kick off. Game on here in Macon, Georgia. And on this Mercer
keeping his eyes down the field when he's scrambling, something you don't necessarily or usually see with young quarterbacks.
But they run a lot of a loss of 2 on that Mankins hit on 2nd down. Now keeping the football. It looked like a straight quarterback run. Started football games for the Mercer Bears this year. Now on that roll right, Neubauer. His throw is hauled in. That's going to be there. He's able to go through his reads. Now again, going to fake that reverse, but keep the football with Dwayne. And just like head coach Mike Jacobs, he started his career at Lenoir Rhine. While trying to bring out a gadget play. Neubauer and DJ Smith on the football field. This is 3rd and 8. Pressure. Neubauer got away from it. His throw is hauled in. And that should be enough for the first year senior out of Wheeling, West Virginia. Now, let's take a look at the foot. Did that come down in that white? No, I don't think so, Forrest. It looks like it was able to maintain.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. First down, Mercer.
Go their way as they approach the midfield strike. Neubauer off play action. Going to take a shot, middle. Trying to let you see Whit Neubauer's ability. Again, this is an 18-year-old true freshman, folks. Now back to the ground game. Oh, that's strong to be beat. We'll go with 3 wide receivers here. Neubauer gonna gun that quick out. He delivered it. Head coach Mike Jacobs, who was at Lenoir Rhine. Now back to the ground game. Not at the regular season ending win over Furman. Pressure on Neubauer. Sack time for Rhode Island. This is 3rd down and 13 now. That line to make is at the 29-yard line of Rhode Island. A true freshman quarterback, Whit Neubauer. Pressure, coming it down he goes.
You've got to get rid of the ball extremely fast. Get it to your hot read. Wherever that blitz is coming from, that's where you go with the football.
Real big stop there. So Mercer's going to have to putt the football away. John McConnell will hang.
Ways to get better, so I love that about him.
Head football coach speak, huh? So on this first play offensively for Rhode Island, that got 3, 2nd and 7. Now they throw the flag after movement came.
Offside. Defense. Number 0. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Defensive player of the year. 2nd down and short now for Hunter Helms. Play action. Helms wants to take a shot deep middle. Had a marquee. 3rd down the long 2. That line to make at the 25-yard line. Going to go back to that ground game out of the zone read. It's going to depend on the spot. Mercer's safe. They got dual return men to handle this Rhode Island punt. And that is Braden Smith from the 40-yard line. Trying to find a little bit of room.
For offenses.
Whit Neubauer's got the Mercer offense back in the football field. Trying to pick his way through.
Quarterback
of
as
course.
well.
Yeah.
That's what makes them such a difficult team to beat.
Motion from Parker Roble, and this is Roble on that carry. For that line to make is at the 44-yard line. Stay on the ground. Well, just nothing there. Got to get those backs flat, huh, partner?
Absolutely.
Right? Coaches will tell you about that all the time. No fair catch there from punt returner Sean Harris. Look at Harris with speed. He's going to house this. Sean Harris. Touchdown, Rhode Island. Big, explosive. Well, speaking of Sean Harris, how about his touchdown neck wear? But where's your guy, touchdown Tommy?
Watch number 81 appear. right there
Boom.
with the key block right there, taking the punter out to allow him to get to the edge and continue the special
After
teams.
review, the returner gave an invalid fair catch signal. The ball will be placed at the 14-yard line. First down, Rhode Island.
Oh, my.
I don't know about that one, Mike. I don't know.
Yeah. What, be all that as it may, now Hunter Helms and the Rhode Island offense has got to start backed up. Helms will fire the in route, and he got picked off. Intercepted, pick six, touchdown. Mercer as on that pick lead.
And this is a 14-point turnaround. The thing that Hunter Helm does a poor job of, he continues to eyeball his receivers, something he did last week in the game against Central Connecticut University. And if you watch on that play, Miles Redding is just playing
safety. Miles Reddick. Reddick, who came up with a pick. And you know that at Rhode Island QB Hunter Helms wishes he had that back.
Out on routes, was able to read his eyes and get the easy pick six.
Well, let's see eventually how this Rhode Island offense is going to handle this. Harris on the return, showing you this young man is a pretty
so far. That is not the recipe for success, I think, for URI.
Well, there you go. Are they listening to us? Malik Grant on the carry. He got that. The football now in Mercer territory at the 42-yard line. Grant again. Not much room there. Coming up, quarterback Hunter Helms, the senior. Grant broke a tackle. I tell you what, he got
gives him, and playing off of that.
All right, on 3rd and 11 with 3 wide receivers, he's going to check that down. Going to come up short of that.
He's for guys like that.
Now Hunter Helms just backed up, and he's going to punt the football away. And a real good one from quarterback 9 years for this Rhode Island Rams football team. All right, they've got Mercer backed up. And they're going to have to
He's put themselves in a better position to punt the ball out of here.
All right, 2nd down, pressure coming. Oh, having to get out of that end zone is freshman. Well, they've got him backed up again, and it's busted out big on this first out carry for the Mercer Bears. C.J. Miller. Many times a team's backed up, there's maybe 8 defenders in the box. Bust out for a big one.
And that is what happens. That is why you have to make the tackle. And if
Jaunt for Mercer running back C.J. Miller. Neubauer, all kinds of time. That deep throw, why he's
there, he's trying to figure it out. And that's why he wasn't able to deliver a strike on that play.
Well, I got to go back to the ground game.
Speed to take it to the house. They've just doing a good job of pressing him and not allowing him to get up the field.
3rd and 9 with 3 wide receivers now floating that throw and through it.
But keep your hands down to your side.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's see. Real good boot. Harris is going to run up, and that football is going to hit about 5 yards into the end zone. Yeah, we'll see if that stays the case results-wise in about 2.5 more hours. But for now, Mercer got a 7-0 lead. And quarterback quarterback Hunter Helms back at it. Helms kept the football.
They've got to be stout to allow him to climb the pocket and step into his throws.
Helms going to check that down and found Malik Grant. Grant's got enough to move the.
That will make those guys think a little bit about that pass rush that they bring. Defensive linemen do not like to get cut.
That quick throw. Step in and out of bounds now. Oh, that was that.
Almost 6'4", 205, have that type of balance on the outside.
Move the sticks, though, as they approach the midfield stripe. And again, delivering a. Now keeping the football off that play fake. Helms, that throw deep. That is caught. Heading to the house. Touchdown. Sean Harris Jr. Helms, and he delivered that line drive strike to Sean Harris.
And this is what you expect to see from a senior, directing traffic. You saw the safety come flying up because he thought Helms was going to release. As frustrated as Coach Harris and his staff are right here, you cannot allow yourself, Coach Fleming, As frustrated as Coach Fleming is right here, you cannot allow this to fester. There's 2 touchdowns that have been called back. His team is a reflection of his attitude right now, so he has to stay upbeat. He has to stay on top of them. He has to tell them, hey, we've seen twice that we can score against this team. We've got to get it all together and not allow these setbacks to reflect the rest of this football game.
Incredible. The second time today that Sean Harris has taken a play to the house and haven't called back. Now that quick in route. Mark
Game again.
3rd down and a long 2 for Hunter Helms. Looking to put it up. Pocket broke down. Down he goes.
It did not give the quarterback the width that he needed to dance in the pocket and get the ball down the field.
Well, Devin Walter for Rhode Island will hit his punt. Got a real good tail drag on it, huh?
And keep moving.
Yeah. Well, back to the ground game now for this Mercer offense, and that means
he's got to remain positive.
2nd and 9 and staying with the ground game. That's the big back, C.J. Miller. Lead, and then let C.J. Miller in that 230-pound run game close it down, and look at Miller again. Lowering the pad. Give him 6, and we'll call it 2nd down and 4 now. As Whit Neubauer and the Mercer offense tries to put a drive together. Stay with a 230-pound back. More 7-0 lead, and look at it, 3rd and 3. That throw, well, that was close to being picked off. Dante Dabbs came up with a 3rd down catch. Well, the going is tough, isn't it, for the
Miller hits it. There's no dancing back there. The big fella gets downhill.
Partner, I think that's a terrific point. We'll get back to that. Now Neubauer throws into traffic again. He threw, and Neubauer threw that into a double team with Fred McMurray and Ayinde Johnson. In trouble and sack time for Rhode Island.
Ball out to the receiver where that corner blitz is coming from. You've got an athlete in open space to try and make a play on a safety.
Hey, the electrified Sean Harris is going to back up here at his 39-yard line. This time Harris got taken down at stadium on the campus of Mercer University. Great to have you along. Michael Regai, Forrest Conley, all of our ESPN crew. As Rhode Island with the football again. See if they can get this ground game operating. Certainly got the star next to his name today.
And Hunter Helms started out 0 for 2, but has since gone 5 of 5 and now 6 of 6 passing the football. So he's getting into that rhythm that he needs to get into in that football, catching it with his hands on the outside.
2nd consecutive throw from Hunter Helms.
That's that 1,000-yard plateau, something that was big for the program, and you saw it last week. He played a little bit tight, but he's a little more loose this game.
Now it's 2nd and 4 now. Pressure coming. Neubauer's throw, but he has put them 6. 3rd down and 4 for Rhode Island. Line to make is at the 39 of Mercer. Came underneath. That football
right technique.
Rhode Island's Devin Walter to hang that high. Fair catch.
Neubauer to get comfortable.
Well, back to the ground game. Strong 1st down carry off that left side. Got a strong 8 there on 2nd and short. And again,
sit in your hips. But it's difficult when you've got linemen that are not that tall.
Throw to the outside, incomplete. That stands. Yeah. Oh, he's had big plays.
He's had the big ones. It just hadn't stood.
Correct. The issue for them. He's got a shot here. Harris. Now I'm going to let this take a bounce at the 34-yard line. And with this Rhode Island Rams offense on the football field. Go with that RPO and Malik over Rhode Island. Rhode Island with the football again. Decent field position here with running back Malik Grant to the right of Hunter Helms. Helms will put that up. That's an excellent throw. Helms up Arkansas State before transferring up north to Rhode Island. Over the 48-yard line, Helms again on the money with another quick out. 90 seconds left in the opening half. Rhode Island trying to put points on the board. They're going to throw that middle screen.
Identified as a player, they've got to get a hat on the hat because of his ability to disrupt what they want to do offensively.
Oh yeah, the Rhode staff told us all about that. Now on 3rd down and short, they're going to move the sticks. Oh, they're going to move the sticks. Hunter
Need to be to help your quarterback.
Well, you receivers listen to Forrest Conley, letting you know what you need to head to that next level. Now Helms gonna gun sideline, going high as a Helms just hooked up with Omari Walker for 20 yards. Now motion from Gabe Sloat. Empty look for Helms. Quick trigger. He was able to, he fit that in a real, but you know, Helms started with Sweeney at Clemson and now has made his way into the FCS and trying to get his Rhode Island Rams on the board. Out route, showing off that arm. That is caught inside the 5, breaking a tackle. They got their big formation with a couple of tight ends in. This is first and goal. The snap was to touchdown Tommy, their wide receiver, the 50-year guy. Mercer, they did stop the clock, and now trying to down the football. Well, this is with only 6 seconds left. They're going to attempt an 18-yard field goal with Ty Groff.
Got to make sure you don't throw it to the defenders because they're going to jump every quick route.
6 seconds left. Trying to put points on the board. Down 7-0. Helms, end zone, almost had it picked. 3 steps from inside the 1-yard line, and now they're going to get the field goal squad on. This is Ty Groff. How many times do you see 18-yard field goals attempted in college football? Not often. Having the 2 touchdowns called back and finding themselves down at the half will change for them, as again, it's that man, Sean Harris. Jim Fleming, Patrick Murphy said he's operated our offense very, very well, and they're going to count on him to do that here in half number 2. Whistles, flags, false start.
False start. Offense.
Be extremely careful. He cannot predetermine where he's going with the football.
And Helms seemed to do that a couple of times in the first half. Make that predetermination. They're going to go with that
First half.
Yeah, how about the job that Mercer did against him? And well, they have got him here. Yeah. That is very apparent through this half of football. All right, this is 3rd and 13 now. Going to run that inside.
Locate the defender that just beat them.
That
guy is hitting you in the mouth when you get the ball in your hands.
Well, they're going to need to hit a big one, and they did. Braden Smith, the 45-yard line. Look at Smith showing off his pirouette kick against Princeton. But this today is Whit Neubauer to put it up. Going to take a shot deep into double coverage. Never.
So the safety has to do a better job of taking the correct angle. He was where he needed to be, just needs to take a better angle.
More 2nd and 10. They
tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he does shed blocks very well. And again, that throw, that out, incomplete. Neubauer. Guess who? Sean Harris. You've heard that name a couple of 10 times or more. Look at the punt, keeping it away from Rhode Island's Sean Harris. Answer research. So back at work is, as he was able to hook up, and now they're going to go quick. They got 4 on 2nd and 6. Back to the ground game, and that means Malik Grant forces something to keep close tabs on. This is 3rd down and short, 3rd and a long yard. They're going to run that jet motion, and they got a 1st down.
Able to make that tackle for a loss.
They got Gabe Sloat there for that 1st down. Now they're going to go back to the ground game.
They're not going to allow the running game to get going. Get the screen game going. Cut blocks.
3 receivers at the bottom of the formation. Going to get that football out quickly and deliver the strike that does Hunter Hill. All right, 3rd down is short again. Got an extra tight end on the football field, Brady York. So 3 tight ends. Needed 1. Depends on 21-pound sophomore. Snaps the football. There's Alexander out of Tampa, Florida. Stay with the ground games. Again, one of these.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Offense, number 8. 15-yard penalty.
Whit Neubauer. That throw incomplete from Hunter Helms.
A big guy to go up and get it.
Yeah, Marquise Buchanan in the slot right now, and as Forrest mentioned, good size at 6'4". Helms, nowhere to deliver the football. Oh.
When you're getting beat on the edge, you've just got to take that outside foot drop step and go and hit him. Go get him.
Oh, Mercer came after that. This is Braden Smith on the punt return.
Route, but you've got to help your quarterback out at times. Every throw is not going to be perfect. In a perfect world, it would drop down into the basket, but we tee out of sync.
No, you're right, and this is just start number 4 for this freshman quarterback, Whit Neubauer. Pressure here. Neubauer using the legs to get out of traffic. Third down and a long 5. That line to make is at the 47 of Rhode Island for Whit Neubauer. Drills the out. Incomplete. Excellent coverage.
Throughout this afternoon, keeping the quarterback thinking.
Well, they absolutely have. This is John McConnell. The Mercer punter will hang that high. The Macon Mercer Bears. Mercer with a 7-3 lead. Rhode Island with the football again. Trying to get to the outside with their explosive. So now Deion Silas, more the size of Malik Grant. The 5'8", 190-pound running back is offset next to Helms. Helms will quick throw. He put it on Marquise Buchanan, that outstanding for Hunter Helms. And football's on the ground. Bad exchange between Helms and, as we said, Sloat is offset next to Helms. It's 3rd down and 11. Helms needs to hit a play with pressure. He'll fire middle. Well, it's going to depend on the spot.
And run the quarterback sneak.
Now they're going to punt the football away. Braden Smith going to fair catch that. It'll be in that shotgun, and he is now running at the quarterback spot. The direct snap, DJ Smith.
And finding guys breaking open.
And head coach Mike Jacobs told us he was the #1 guy coming out of rapidly moving 3rd quarter in Macon, Georgia. Neubauer, that got smacked right back in his face.
To read his eyes, and as soon as he releases the ball, they get those big paws up there to knock that ball down.
John McConnell, oh, he boomed a howitzer. It drove that top return man, Sean Harris, deep, but Harris is going to bust out of there. It'll be run. He's had 2 touchdowns taken back by flags as Harris. Now Hunter Helms going to take a shot deep. Head throw is caught. Hold in. Marquise Buchanan. Touchdown. Rhode Island. 56 yards. This for the first Rhode Island lead of the game.
And as a quarterback, what you want to do is identify the favorable matchup. He's got Buchanan at 6'4" on the outside, trying to be covered by Donovan Watkins, a safety. Watkins, and I don't want to labor on it, but you know, a lot of times when you have a bye week, it can affect you negatively.
Yeah. Solid return here for Mercer's 101 yards of total offense. They need a spark right now. That 1st down carry. Just have not trailed much throughout the course of this year. And how about on the first?
And they're doing a good job of keeping everything in front of them.
Miller's a 230-pound back. He's on the football field. Neubauer came underneath. Big throw and catch. Should be a 1st down. 1st down grabbed, and now possession continues for Whit Neubauer. Going to get out of the pocket. Going to take a deep shot. It's probably going to be defensive PI.
Interference, defense, automatic, 1st down.
And the thing about that, an interception.
Yeah, so no, in a college game, that's 15 yards. And now busted free. Busted free is Dwayne McGee. McGee inside the 10 and finally got knocked down. I think this is going to be looked at 1st and goal. It is. They got a snap off and going to run a gadget play as that clock was getting in the end zone to reclaim the lead. Going to stay on the ground, just nothing there. Again, that try, but let's see if they put it up on 3rd down and 4 for the 4-yard line. Looking to throw, corner of the end zone. It is caught Whit Neubauer just connected with a Jonte Dabbs.
Gabe Solomons is a very good football player, but at 6'4", 240 pounds, that is a different.
Is able to respond. Well, that kickoff is short. And from the 18-yard line, it is taken.
Helms is a senior quarterback. He's seen it all. He's played at every level. So you should feel comfortable that your quarterback can get it done.
He's going to put it up on first down. Check down, and Malik Grant offset to Helms' right. Now check that. It is running back Deion Silas.
Pre-snap stance. They're straight up and down.
Holding. Offense. Number 79. That penalty's declined. Third down.
Gabe Sloat is offset as the running back. Now Helms came middle. Incomplete. Greg stands at the 45-yard line. The Mercer punt returner. Did that just come off the side of his foot, or did Mercer get a piece of it? Oh, nowhere near the type of
people getting pressure. I think the kicker just got to a point where he just wanted to get it out of there. It looked like it came off the side of his foot. He did a great job with his Hollywood acting audition right here. I mean, the way he falls down, you would think somebody just blew.
30-yard line where the Mercer Bears begin. And they're going to go to the ground game. That football's out. Oh, they went. DJ Miller with a quick exit, and this is McGee. McGee in open space. McGee to the house, but got pulled down on a touchdown saving tackle at the 1. You're Dwayne McGee, and it's all coming back. And Tyrell Cord, who came motion. They're going to check down, and that throw from Whit Neubauer. He hooked up with Braden Smith.
Pursuit to push him out of bounds.
They're down 17. That line to make is all the way at the 20-yard line of Rhode Island. Now he got a flag. It's going to be third down and 22 now.
And that's nerves.
Ball start. Offense.
Mercer program from Youngstown State. Third and long now. Whit Neubauer in all kinds of trouble. He checked that down and was able to find
with it and get an easy score on the board to go up 2 scores.
This punt will head toward the end zone, but check up beautifully. What a tremendous job. Lead at 14-10 over the 10 seed. The Rhode Island Rams are backed up deep in their own territory. Well, they want to throw the football, and it's hauled in. Couple of receivers right there.
Going on around him to affect his ability to squeeze that football.
Yeah, 18 yards. His 2 best receivers were there. Now off that excellent play fake. Hunter Helms will keep the football and hit from the end zone at this very stout Mercer defense. Helms figured it out, though, as we just said, to get his football team out of the shadows of their end zone. Helms middle, almost picked off. Oh.
His receivers.
See if they go back to the ground game on 3rd and 1. That quick play fake, and then that throw is not going to get there. In dual punt returners. Smith's going to get out of the way as that football. Mercer with the offense, and that means quarterback Whit Neubauer. Parker Roble in motion. Ground game. Dwayne McGee has come free. Big, explosive run. A Heritage High, he did whiff there. Big play. Go right back to the ground game. Sledding a little bit, 10 years of age. Out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Back to the ground game on 2nd down. Dwayne McGee and quarterback coach this week. That throw in the seam. It's hauled in Whit Neubauer the year, but it's a big one for Samuel Albee. DJ Smith now takes that direct snap. Smith got stood up as he hit the 4-yard line. DJ Smith will stay in at quarterback. Smith. Fake that handoff. It did not fool this row. Whit Neubauer, the true freshman, back in at the quarterback spot. Neubauer looks at zone. Throw it corner. Too tall and incomplete. Nuker style left footer. Reese Griffith will add 3.
having the football offensively and put that pressure on yourselves to get a touchdown on the board and tie the score.
Kick hung high at the 20-yard line. And short return. Let's see what the senior quarterback who transferred in from Clemson, Hunter Helms, has. Helms.
The game hadn't gotten going.
3 wide receivers now. Hunter Helms throwing that deep out. It was caught. Hauled in and
Because he stayed on top of the receiver instead of going underneath.
back live, going to go to the ground game. That is a strong 7.
Well, they talk about him being a blue-collar gang. You saw it on that play.
Sloat remains. Now offset to the right. A lot of movement, and Mercer believes that's going to go on Rhode Island. We'll see.
False start. Offense.
And that's one of their best. Now to put it up again, Hunter Helms. His throw got Holdian. Going to be short of the stick.
Touchdown.
Let's see. This is 3rd down, and we'll call it 2. Off that play fake, keeping the football. I don't know. You know, it's where you start your slide. I don't think that that Hunter Helms got there. It's going to be 4th down.
And on that play, you can't play.
4th down and 2 for quarterback Hunter Helms. Gabe Sloat offset. Helms will fire the in route. That just never had a chance. It never had a chance. He threw a pound and run this clock out.
I would be shocked if they don't run the ball every play.
Field, as you take a look at our game summary. Whit Neubauer, stay on the ground, of course. Dwayne McGee, look at the hard running. Now there's lower in the out there. We're going to hit the 2-minute timeout right after this carry finalizes. By Dwayne McGee, there's a flag as the...
To do, keep your head.
After the play was over, personal foul, defense number 99, 15-yard penalty, and an automatic 1st down.
With the football, trying to put this football game away. 1st down carry. That'll work if you're Mercer. Mercer trying to run this out again, trying to drop those pads.
That face masked him,
Yep.
And that was huge. And
they last out the 60 minutes of football. They've now won 10 straight at home. And yes, that's a Mercer Bears program record. 50